Episode 102. Best bits from 100 episodes.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
So here we are, episode 102 of the AI6 podcast. And today I've got something special for you. After 100 episodes of showing up 6 minutes at a time, I thought it was time to pause and take a look back. Because what started as a simple idea, daily reflections on AI in real time for you, has turned into something bigger. A daily discipline, a space for learning, a conversation with people that I really don't want to stop having. So in this episode, we're rewinding and reliving some of the best moments from the journey so far. You'll hear highlights from the solo episodes, the long listen Saturday interviews, hot takes, and maybe even a few aha moments that spark something in you or in me. Whether you've been here from day one or you're new to AI6, I hope this retrospective episode reminds you that this space is for you to learn and to understand AI for marketing, but also more broadly, how you can apply it. The curious minds navigating the AI age with intention will win. So sit back or power walk or load the dishwasher, whatever you want to do, and enjoy some of the best bits from 100 episodes of the AI6 podcast. Episode 55, From Downings to Harvard, How AI Has Realised a Lifelong Dream. Now today's episode is less AI generated and more of what dreams are made of. Bear with me before you cringe at my crass. I'm not going into any more of my backstory, but anyone that knows me knows I'm a bit of a grafter and education has been my strongest lever in life. Today I want to share the news that I have been accepted onto the Harvard Kennedy School of Public Policy to take their executive programme in leading in artificial intelligence, exploring technology and policy. It happens this summer. When I was writing my application, I was transported back to my college days when I watched my friends go on their international year, take the illustrious J1 visa to the United States and spend summers finding themselves and losing other things. I lived my dreams through their wild tales. But today my dreams are coming true because yes, I can say I'm going to Harvard. It wasn't possible for Joanne in her teens or 20s because she was single-handedly raising her daughter. But today that daughter also used the lever of education and she is a lecturer in tax, finance and accounting at University of Galway, where I graduated from. Maybe one day we will go back to Harvard and study together. Louise McCormick, so great to have you on the AI6 podcast.
Copilot works differently for different people. They say on average it improves your performance by 30% as an employee. That's just a figure that they've kind of started going out. But some employees might actually get a 70% improvement based on how that model works for them, their job function, their ability to use it, the inherent way it's trained. The way you speak to a model, not just because you've learned how to do it, but just the way you speak. The models are trained on particular types of people and they just work better for a certain type of person, including demographics that are like protected groups. So you're rolling out all this software to your entire staff. It can improve your efficiencies by 5% or it could improve your efficiency by 70%. So as an employer, you're giving everybody a tool, but it works better for certain demographics than others. So all of a sudden, some people's careers are going to go straight up and some people's careers are not. So you're giving them this tool, all your employees. It does not work equally for all employees. Are they testing that? No, that is not being tested. Some companies, but no. It's very simple to test it. You can have a performance metric assigned to the model. So there are companies that do this, and of course they're getting some customers, but not enough. So there are companies that do this. They will basically sit on top of Copilot. They'll give it a performance metric saying maybe several metrics to say how well it's working. And you as an employer can go and overlay that in their tool with your protected demographics. And you can identify, okay, actually our older staff, it's not working for it. Or men are talking to it in a way that's not getting the same optimal performance. We need to teach people how to use this. So it's very easy to test and see, are the tools you're rolling out working for everybody, and is it fair, and are we doing a good job for our employees? But no, it's not being done. It's being rolled out quickly. It's being rolled out in a hurry. It's been rolled out to maximize profits. It's been rolled out to protect intellectual property, so that people aren't just horsing their proprietary data into a free version of ChatGPT. And I understand that. But if you're rolling out a tool that's got the potential to change somebody's career by 70% and somebody else's by 5%, you need to be doing your due diligence and in fairness to your employees, and making sure everybody knows how to use it, and that and not just that they know how to use it, that it's performing equally for them, because it simply doesn't perform the same for different people based on how they speak to it.
Episode 46. UK government plans to replace civil servants with AI.
Prime Minister in this speech was wanting to get across the sense that not only does he recognise the power and significance of artificial intelligence to revolutionise society and the economy and the delivery of public services, but he wants to really lean into that, to emphasise the opportunities, to acknowledge the risks and the downsides, but to emphasise the opportunities, and argue that AI is going to happen, and is happening. So the UK should be a country that is in the lead around this sort of stuff, alongside the giants of America and China, and therefore can have a disproportionate economic benefit from it, so goes the theory, as opposed to importing stuff that other people have managed to sort of make and develop before us.
Sir Keir Starmer made a strong statement about reducing headcount in favour of AI. And naturally, this has caused huge waves of concern within the UK's civil service. And of course, those waves must be receding into other countries and continents as the benefits of AI become clear. To quote him, "No person's substantive time should be spent on a task where digital or AI can do it better, quicker, and to the same high quality and standard." Episode 56, the AI stack I use to work smarter every day. Today, I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at the AI tools I actually use every single day to run my business while maintaining my creative voice. I call it my AI business stack. It's how I streamline my content creation, manage projects, produce this podcast, and stay ahead in a fast-moving, ever-demanding digital world. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the number of AI tools out there, this episode is for you. Let's get into the 7 tools I swear by, but stick around to the end for some extra recommendations as well. And I also share how they fit into my creative workflow and my daily working life. Number 1, Voice Pal, my voice first assistant. Actually, I have a full podcast episode dedicated to this. I love it so much. I'm a voice-first creator. My best ideas come when I speak them out aloud, not when I stare at a blank document. That, my friends, is a creative killer. VoicePal helps me capture those ideas in real time, transcribe them accurately, and even shape them into rough drafts. It's perfect for content planning, podcast scripting, or just getting that brain dump out of my head and into action. I feel that it moves me through procrastination. If you're someone who thinks better on your feet or on a wall, this is a game changer. Now, I have to admit, I am a natural writer, so often I can write, but I've really leaned into the power of my voice, and honestly, I'm much more productive. Please, please try it. Number 2, Claude, my thinking partner. Claude is my AI co-writer. I use it to summarize long text, structure my ideas, and help refine things when I've got the bones of something, but it's not yet quite polished. It's really powerful, and it can process the equivalent of an entire novel in seconds. But obviously, do not write your novels or your scripts just by using Claude alone. Remember what Mark Schaefer says? AI output is only as good as the AI input. Episode 47, the godfather of AI predictions. In today's show, we hear from the godfather of AI. But who is he?
Whether you think artificial intelligence will save the world or end it, you have Geoffrey Hinton to thank. Hinton has been called the godfather of AI, a British computer scientist whose controversial ideas help make advanced artificial intelligence possible and so change the world.
For now, let's give the last words to Geoffrey Hinton, who poses a question to lawmakers or politicians.
There's two issues. Do you understand how it's working? And do you understand how to make it safe? We understand quite a bit about how it's working, but not nearly enough. So it can still do lots of things that surprise us, and we don't understand how to make it safe.
Episode 10. How should organizations secure their data from AI tools? If an AI tool is integrated into multiple business systems, it could unintentionally create new vulnerabilities. Poorly configured integrations might allow AI tools to access databases, CRM platforms, or customer records without sufficient controls. So, understanding where AI is interacting with your data is the first step in securing it. So, what are those steps? Well, implement strict access controls. Not every employee needs unrestricted access to AI tools. Remember usage based on job role and data sensitivity. Use AI tools with enterprise security options. Many AR organizations offer privacy settings where you can disable data retention. These are often with the paid packages. Set AI usage policies for employees. Staff must be trained on what should and what shouldn't be entered into AI tools. The golden rule: never input sensitive proprietary or regulated data into external AI systems. Monitor your AI integrations. Track how AI tools interact with internal systems. Ensure they only access data they absolutely need and that logs are kept for auditing purposes. Taking these steps ensures AI remains a competitive advantage rather than a compliance nightmare. Episode 14. AI agents versus chatbots. What's the difference? AI agents are more advanced. They are autonomous systems. So they don't just respond to commands, they take actions, they adapt, and they learn from customer and public interactions. So they're actually learning in real time. A good example here could be a marketing AI agent that could monitor your social media ad performance, adjust your budgets automatically depending on what ads are performing best and getting an increased return on ad spend. And it could even generate new media creatives based on data insights without needing constant human input. You see, this is a true marketing assistant. So the key difference is AI agents go beyond conversation. They think, act, and improve over time and in real time. Episode 75, Europe's Digital Decade. When it comes to digital skills, their ambition is that at least 80% of EU citizens should have basic digital skills. Employ 20 million ICT specialists with a focus on increasing female participation in tech roles. On digital infrastructure, all European households should have access to high-speed internet by 2025 and gigabit connectivity by 2030. The EU aims to double its share in global semiconductor production and establish 10,000 climate-neutral, highly secure edge nodes for data processing. On digital transformation of businesses, 75% of EU companies should use cloud computing, big data, or AI. Support the creation of more EU-based tech companies and ensure over 90% of SMEs reach at least a basic level of digital literacy and also business intent. And then finally, digitalization of public services. Their ambition is that all key public services should be available online. This is a massive ambition. And then 100% of citizens should have access to their medical records online, and a digital identity should be accessible to all. Episode 1, The Rise of AI, Faster, Smarter and Surpassing Humans. Welcome to the AI6 podcast, my new podcast that's committing me to educating you and hopefully inspiring you into AI action. My friends, if you don't embrace this revolution, I'm afraid you will be left behind. And that includes me, hence my commitment. AI is something that's not just on the horizon anymore. It's now embedded into our world, and it's moving faster than any technology we've ever seen. In fact, it's bigger than the internet itself. AI is reshaping industries across the board, from healthcare to law, finance to manufacturing, and yes, marketing too. But the real story is how quickly it's evolving and how much of an impact it's having across the globe. AI is changing how we do business, how we live, and even how we think. AI is not just a buzzword. It's a powerful tool being used to reshape every industry. Governments are making huge investments in AI, seeing it as a cornerstone for innovation and economic growth. Social networks are shifting their strategies to accommodate AI's growing influence, and industries from healthcare to law are already using AI in ways that are having a profound effect. Mark Schaefer, thank you so much for joining me on the AI6 podcast.
If you're competent, you're in trouble because AI is competent. AI is more than competent. And competent is ignorable. And we live in a business world and a marketing world where in some ways competency, just being competent, has sort of become part of the culture. We're competent and we're boring because we don't want to upset things. We don't really want to change things. If we're boring, that's easy to get it approved by the legal department. We don't really want to, challenge the structure of an industry. We want to delegate as much as we can to an advertising agency that kind of knows how to do one thing, and that's what they've always done. So the overarching idea of my book is that you've got to reach deeper. If you just are doing competent work, AI is going to eat you alive. And so where are the places in the world we can be audacious? And how do we do that? So I got to talk to some of the greatest creative minds in the world. And I said, give me your secrets. How do you rise above the noise in this pandemic of dull? And so the book is filled with hundreds and hundreds of ideas and case studies. And it's an easy framework that's accessible. It makes sense. It's not complicated. That anybody in any company of any size can use this today to think through where are we today and how do we get on a path that leads to something a little bit more disruptive than where we are today.
Episode 35, How to Create a Custom Chat GPT. It's really important to define your AI's purpose. What do you want your custom GPT to do for you? So make sure that you categorize it with a name and a title. For example, generate LinkedIn posts, act as a marketing consultant, provide customer service responses, or summarize reports. So that's actually telling it what you want it to do. Then set up your instructions. Do it in your own tone, in your own style, because you want it to act like you. Example, respond in a friendly yet professional tone. Always use UK English and use concise and clear language as if it's a conversation. Step 4, then you've got to upload reference materials. So you've got to train it in your own tone of voice. So give it examples of what you've written yourself, your brand guidelines, maybe documents or FAQs. This allows you to train the AI model with your tone and using concise language. Then upload other reference materials that might support it. I mean, I've got videos and I've got podcasts, so they hear me speaking in that conversational tone. And then finally, test and refine. Run test prompts and adjust instructions based on those responses. Keep refining it until you're really happy with how the AI tool and how the output sounds. And before you go, don't forget, I'm still running the AI6 100 episode giveaway. I'm giving away a limited edition tote bag that says, AI is not the future, you are. To enter, just maybe share your favorite AI6 moment or episode or takeaway. Tag me and use the hashtag AI6 podcast. So that's AISIX podcast, so I can find your post. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you on the next show.